Hey guys, what's up? It's Vampire Bride. We're going back over 10 years for this console glow up.
What started off as a regular white Xbox 360 evolved into something more efficient. Actually, we modded two at the same time originally. We had an extra Xbox 360, so we went ahead and changed out the cases for both into these clear ghost cases. At the time, I thought it was really cool because I liked being able to see the components through their clear cases, as 10 years ago I hadn't done a lot of work on consoles and didn't know a lot about their inner workings. The ghost cases came with LED strips, so I placed the lighting around the case where you could really see everything glowing in blue light.
The photos being used throughout this video are not going to be up to par. There are older photos taken with an older phone or even an iPod Touch. There are photos that I had to go through old hard drives in order to find just to bring into the video, but it's the only evidence of the progression of this mod. Being someone who liked to tinker with stuff, I wanted to find ways to make my Xbox 360 be more efficient, keep the temperatures down, and eventually have a plan that could be built on later. We were still finding problems with it not overheating, but getting warmer than we would have liked.
So we added two small fans to the side of the ghost case and kind of cut out that plastic siding piece and then made it look quite crazy with paper towels and rainbow duct tape. Yes, I said duct tape. And a pie cooling rack. We ended up putting the Resident Evil 6 Xbox 360 front on one of the ghost cases instead of running it just clear ghost case. And on the second console, we tried an on-top case fan. That's where this PC case comes in. I figured it would be beneficial to allow more airflow from the extra space inside the case, and from extra fans that could be put to use. The PC case has a windowed siding, so I was still able to see the components. I also thought about adding lighting and took the LED lights that were with the ghost cases. I hot glued them around the PC case. I put a regular PC power supply in place to power the lights and fans. The disk drive was able to sit where the PC disk drive would be in what are now the older types of cases, as many PC cases do not have the disk drive slots anymore. The front opens, so I'm able to use controller chargers and the disk drive. It is a bit of trouble accessing the USB ports on the back of the Xbox 360 motherboard, but it's far from impossible.
As for thinking about the future progression of this mod, I at the time wanted to have space to put both a PlayStation 3 and a Wii console inside of the same case. Theoretically, you would be able to turn on the switch that would run the power supply to the lights and fans, and then just turn on which system you're wanting to use at the time. So that all three systems wouldn't have to be running just because you were using one of them and the computer case was lit up. Using the Wii would have been a little bit of a difficult one to plan out because of the disk drive layout, but putting a PS3 board in here wouldn't have been hard at all. It's just one of those plans that didn't get past the planning phase and then got put on the back burner. But I find myself thinking about that every once in a while, and especially now making this video, it makes me want to pick it back up and see where it could go, especially with these newer, bigger cases. A lot of them don't have disk drives, so finding space with that would be difficult, but putting it in a bigger case would allow for space for multiple consoles. And of course, this was 10 years ago, so a lot of consoles have come out since then. But it's still something that could get picked back up and brought back out and added upon or changed into other consoles. The process wasn't always an easy one. We started having problems with components trying to short out, but it was fairly easily fixed by getting these little O-rings just to make sure that the metal from the motherboard wasn't touching the metal from the case and causing the short out.
I had a thermometer measuring the temps through some minorish stress testing. The thermometer ran right to where the X clamp was, so it was able to read the temperature from the warmest points possible to reach without stepping into thermal paste. All was going well until I forgot to turn on the PC power supply.
So I went to watch Netflix in my bed using the Xbox 360 because we didn't have smart TV. And so I sit down with the Xbox 360 controller and forget to turn on the switch on the back of the power supply that turns on the fans inside the case. So the Xbox 360 shut off pretty quick within minutes, and I realized what I had done. But once it overheats like that, sometimes you can get it to work, and sometimes, usually with at least having some glitches, but once it gets too far gone, or once you have to change the thermal paste and those pins aren't being held tight anymore, the pins that got messed up in the overheating, yeah, you're done once you go to change the thermal paste and they're not being sandwiched together anymore. I definitely felt like a blonde after skipping such a simple yet vital step, turn the power supply on. But I've always been a bit of a ditzy person. Luckily, it's a lesson I could learn from, and now I'm on here making fun of myself. I mean, teaching and informing others. Luckily, we still had the other Xbox 360 system, and we were able to put it into the case. And that is when I learned that the motherboards are married with the hard drives. They're paired. You can't have a motherboard from one system and a disk drive from the other system and just work cohesively. You're going to have issues. Thanks a lot, Microsoft. Making this video makes me want to pick the build plans up and start back on this now older project. But for now, I am happy to have a fairly unique and effective build. Thank you guys for watching this white odd little video about how I tinkered with this Xbox 360. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button and of course subscribe for more videos to come.